to the Kent Ice House. We have TVL Large Hockey kicking off the 2025-2026 season, and we are delighted to do a collaboration night tonight between HCAM and Westwood Media Center, bringing Westwood boys versus the Hopkinton Hiller boys, and it doesn't get better than this. Tom Nappy, Evan Cardamino, I am Morgan Donahue, and Tom, Saturday night, first game of the season, TVL Large matchup between rivals. Unbelievable. You can't start a better way, in my opinion.
No, absolutely not, Morgan. And you know that these two teams, well, they just like each other a little bit on the ice. Of course, they're friends behind the scenes, but this is going to be a battle here tonight. Two teams that like to get physical. They're fast-paced teams. They like to move the puck with authority and fly up the ice, and it's just going to be an action-packed game. And it's the type of opponent you like to get the season started off with, because starting off the season with an opponent like this will put you right into mid-season form.
No question about it. You want to get off to a hot start in your TVL Large league play, but if you can do it versus your rival and have that momentum while you're building your self-confidence, your identity, and who you are as a team, even better. And they played last year early, from what I remember. I think it might have been the second game of the year for the Wolverines. It might have been the first game for Hopkinton in Marlborough. We did that game together, Tom, but it's a unique thing in the schedule. You know, from afar, if you glance from afar and you say that, you say, you know, you're getting right into the league, but you know what? It's the same for both teams. So it's, you know, both teams got to go out there. They're probably going to be a little rusty early on, but as we saw in the girls Hopkinton Medfield game, by the time it was the third period, both of them looked pretty good. Looked like they shook the rust off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, you got to work the cobwebs off for a little bit, but I think, you know, the way these two teams have done in the past, they quickly get into the grasp of the season. There's not much transition time before you see, I'd say, the majority of the top teams around the TVL in the mid-season form. So,
absolutely.
And a game like this, where you're playing a league rival, a division rival, it's going to bring you there even faster. So I'm sure both teams have had this day circled on their calendar and just kind of getting a grasp of the atmosphere when the teams were walking around downstairs. They both seem very excited to play tonight.
And these are two teams that have some great history, especially as of late. So Westwood had played Hopkinton in the playoffs a few years back as Hopkinton was making their way to the Garden for that state championship.
Right.
And that was a memorable season. I was part of the coaching staff. The year before was an interesting season. Westwood won one of them, Hopkinton won the other, and it was, you know, some spirited emotions in that game, which we always, you know, look back at. The year after that, so 2 years ago, Hopkinton TVL champs, and they had help from Westwood, who beat Norwood in overtime, where I think Hopkinton was the solo champ, 2 years ago. And then last year, Westwood ends up tied for TVL championship with Norwood after having two good games, two of some of their best games versus Hopkinton last year. They won on the road for the first time in a while in Marlborough, and then had an overtime game-winning game versus Hopkinton here at home off the stick of Nolan Lewis. So a lot of emotions between these two. Obviously, a lot of really close games, fun games that these two teams have had, and I'm expecting nothing different tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great returning talent on both sides, and you know, from what I recall, the majority of Westwood's roster is back.
Yeah.
Didn't lose too many guys. And for the Hillers, they lost a couple of very talented guys, but they have so much talent back. You know, when you're talking about the Hillers, you think about their goaltending situation. They got two capable goaltenders in Colton Pavento and Connor Harris, and then up front you got Connor Merkel, Will Ian Topska, Carl Gow, and they were kind of leaders on the team last year as well, and they're back to lead the pack this year. So both of these teams very familiar with each other, familiar with how each style of play is, and of course this coaching matchup familiar with each other. So both of these teams, I'm sure they've been strategizing hard, and of course you want to get started off on the right foot. You want to get that W in the first game. Of course, it's not season ending if you don't, and one of these teams will be on the losing side more than likely, the B side. But both of these teams, they're going to be giving it their all here tonight, and they got that energy built up, and they're just ready to rock the Canton Ice House here this evening.
We got the music at 100 right now, and everyone's fired up. There's a little bit of quiet confidence, though, as you see both teams, working through their warm-up. But you did mention Westwood, and I want to highlight, some of the players coming back. So Westwood had 12 seniors graduate last year. So even though there was, a good amount of seniors graduate, half of them are coming back, from juniors, sophomores, a couple freshmen as well. They have 3 junior captains, which is unique. But these are guys that have been playing since their freshman year, guys that have been playing big minutes, long minutes in the playoff games last year, and guys that have earned the respect of the locker room and certainly the trust of the coaching staff too. So I think it's matched up very, very well where it doesn't matter who graduates, it doesn't matter how many. There's always going to be the next class of hockey players coming in. There's also going to be the next people to work their way up into the top 6 spots on defense or offense to really make these competitive teams competitive matches.
Yeah, that's kind of what we saw in the first game we did today with the Hopkinton girls go up and the Medfield girls go up. Both teams, very young, lost a lot of players, but it looks like they lost nothing out there today. And you had emerging 8th grade stars come up in that game, and they got some goals. So, it's next guy up, and that's just the way it works here at this level, and that's how it's worked in both of these team systems. And so much success for Westwood, and so much success for Hopkinton in the TVL, in boys hockey, and in the postseason, and it just continues year in and year out. And I expect at the end of the year, both of these teams, they're going to be right in the mix.
Yeah, and the thing too is, with the returners that are coming back, you'll notice a lot of them are bigger, faster, stronger. So one example, Will Dempsey, number 4 for Wolverines on defense. He is a big boy. He's about 6'5", about 220. He hit the weight room in the offseason, and he is a big player for the Wolverines. Matt Donovan, one of the captains, you should see the speed that he's brought into this season, which has really elevated his game. So, these will certainly be on full display once puck is dropped. But, the same will be for the Hillers as they work hard during the off-season. A lot of them are 3-sport athletes, but that off-season, that summer, going into the new fall season is really a huge opportunity where they're working hard in the weight rooms. They are, playing summer league as well, and you really see the noticeable difference when they get right into league play.
Well, I'll tell you, Morgan, it doesn't get any better than this.
Nope.
2 great programs, a TVL large matchup, a Saturday night. What more could you ask?
This is as good as it gets, and it's hockey, Tom. We don't really do a good job of hiding it, but we love hockey. We are big hockey fans. We're up here in New England, so you got to be able to enjoy something during the cold weather and the early sunsets. And being in the rink for big-time games where, you're wearing the H on your jacket, I'm wearing the W on mine, there's nothing better than rooting for the town that you work for, you grow up in, or you live in. It's what it's all about.
That's right, and it's a big rivalry these 2 teams got going. As pretty much you can say that for the entire TVOR.
Every sport too.
It is a great, legendary, historic rivalry.
It is, and it's when you look back at the Tri-Valley League, Westwood joined the Tri-Valley League in the late 70s, and it started then. So we're talking about these teams going at it for nearly 50 years or so. So it's a fun one, and it hasn't changed any bit over the decades.
Big playoff implications tonight, too, by the way. Both of these teams in that Division II state tournament bracket. Hopkinton, one of the few sports they remained in the Division II bracket, is boys hockey. So who knows? Maybe this could be a prequel to a possible
matchup. We saw it in lacrosse.
That's right.
And here's last year's playoffs. Hopkinton was a number 19 seed. Westwood was number 15 seed. And, they're very competitive. They chip off teams when they get in there, too. So it's these are teams that are built to not be afraid of any opponent they play. They always play a tough schedule. We're going to send it down to ice level of Bill Stevens.
For the season of 25-26 home opener for your Westwood Wolverines. Tonight's opponent from the Tri-Valley League, the Hopkinton Hillers. Here are tonight's starting lineups for Hopkinton. At left wing, number 22, Junior Finn Mahone. At center, number 6, Junior Captain Connor Merkel. Starting in defense, number 5, senior captain Corey DeCosta. And number 18, senior captain Connor Moore. And starting in goal for the Hillers, number 31, junior Colton Spirito. And please welcome the remaining members of the Hopkinton Hillers. And now, the starting lineup for your Westwood Wolverines. And left wing, number 3, junior Ben Secular. At center, number 23, junior Connor Blaney. At right wing, number 7, junior captain Matty Donovan. Starting on defense, number 2, junior captain Brian Sullivan. And number 10, sophomore Caleb Fengler. And starting in goal for the Wolverines, number 31, senior Sean Joyce. And please welcome the remaining members of the Wolverines. And we welcome back this year's home. We always introduce the staff. Welcome back for his 8th season as head coach Matt Seaman, assistant coach Jan Ferrari, junior varsity head coach Kevin Carato, and assistant JV coach Nikita Manakin. Gentlemen, welcome back. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you all to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, folks, we are about ready to get underway here at the Ice House. Throw last year's records to the side. It is almost ready for the 2025-26 season in a matter of moments. As nothing better than you get Bill Siebert on the PA here at the Canton Ice House. He's been doing it for quite some time, about 23 years for the Wolverines. And I got to give a shout out to Paul Lilla. So welcome back, athletic trainer for the Wolverines, Paul Lilla. He had a major health scare going into the summer, in the fall season, and had to get through a bunch of battles to get to where he is today. And he is back on the bench as athletic trainer for the Wolverines. And what an inspiration he is, and we are so glad to see him back.
Absolutely, and we are ready for some hockey, Morgan.
Absolutely. Evan Cardamino, Tom Nappy, Morgan Donahue here. H-Cam and Westwood Media Center coverage of TVL Large Hockey, and we are underway. Puck is dropped, and both teams battling for a loose puck on the far side. Matty Donovan kicking it ahead as it's chased down by number 6, Connor Merkel. Starting lineups for the Hillers. You got Corey DeCosta, Connor Merkel.
Oh,
we got a goal right off the bat. Shot from the point by Matt Donovan. And the Wolverines get the early goal.
Well, that was quick.
So it looks like Fengler. So Fengler on the goal.
Yeah. Number 10, he was at the left point, and just a nice pass to him, and that was just a perfect shot.
Yeah.
It just simply got by the goaltender.
I was going through the starting lineups and I didn't even see it, but what a great look for the Wolverines to get a quick goal. 15 seconds into the game, Caleb Fengler getting on the board.
Well, that's not the way you want to start if you're the Hillers. That is the way you want to start if you're the Westwood. How's that analysis for you?
Yes. But go ahead, as we said in the earlier game, Tom, good things happen when you put the puck on net. So Fengler on the board for the Wolverines. Right back to the draw they go. Blaney's going to push it forward. And Hopkinton looking to settle, but picked off by Sicular. Shot on net, that goes over, hits the glass.
We'll have to look in the record books and see if that's the quickest goal to start the season ever.
Yeah. So look, a loose puck in front of the net. Saved by Spavento and covered for the whistle. As the Wolverines buzzing early on here, getting some looks at the net. And good save there by Spavento to keep it a 1-0 lead for Westwood.
Well, it's quite clear what Westwood's going to do. They're going to come at you with everything they got right off the bat. They're going to be relentless, and you got to be ready for it. And you got to be aware of where that puck is, because they can shoot from anywhere.
Oh, especially when you're at home, you know, you got that juice in the with the announcements and the home crowd. And there we go, nice pass there, looking far side, shot just wide. That was off the stick of Jack Resnick on a nice clear pass, and Wolverines going back the other way. Nolan Lewis chips it in, battling in the far side corner with Spavento. Wolverines come away with it. We're gonna send it over to Dempsey, and he scores! That's a goal by Will Dempsey, and that's his first varsity goal.
I know Will Dempsey got the initial shot, but I think Luke Martin's stick might have got a piece of it to knock it in.
I see. So Dempsey is the leader with getting his hands on, shaking the teammates' hands. So I believe he may get the credit based off of that, but we'll have to check at the scores level. But that was a rocket of a shot, and they're going to send the puck over into the Westwood bench. So that tells me that it was Will Dempsey. So congrats to Will Dempsey.
Yeah, looking at the little delay here on the YouTube feed, Luke Martin kind of turned his body towards the net, but didn't seem to get a piece. So Will Dempsey should get credit for that goal.
So Will Dempsey, Wolverines with 2 early goals in the first 2 minutes to get on the board. Couldn't ask for a better start for the Wolverines, but you're up against the Hillers, who can score goals pretty quickly as well. We saw it last year for them to get into overtime in the second game we had here at the Canton Ice House. So always a dangerous team.
Right, a lot of hockey left to be played, that's for sure. But this Westwood team, I mean, they got some great long-distance shooters, and they're going to put it right at the net.
And getting the traffic, too, is key, Tom, is getting some bodies in front where it's tough to see off the stick, but also be there for rebounds. So really well positioned where the Wolverine players to get in front of those.
Absolutely.
Fengler going to chip it in deep. A little battle going on the far side between Spavento as well as, looks like number 18, Lucas Willett. Ends up on the far side. Sebi O'Brien battling for it with Willett. Hiller's able to advance it, trying to set it up, but kept in by the Wolverine defense. Brian Sullivan, one of the junior captains, able to keep that in. Westwood with 3 junior captains, Brian Sullivan, Nolan Lewis, and Matty Donovan, who've had a big presence the last few years for the Wolverines. Morgan Cox working into the zone, avoids a hit from Spavento as the Hillers break it out with some speed. That's, looks like number 3, Preston Cabana. Nope, that's number 5, Corey DaCosta with some speed.
Yeah, the Hillers have some speedy defensemen that can really work the puck up the ice quickly. They'll have to utilize them today, but at the same time, you're going to want to keep them back a little bit because Westwood has a lot of speed up front.
And that puck took a kind of a funky bounce, but Joyce able to get the pad on that, get the whistle. So whistle going to be off to his left as we are just under 3 minutes into the first period. Wolverines up 2-0 off goals from Will Dempsey and Caleb Fengler.
And you know, it's all about just putting that puck towards the net. I mean, if you put it towards the net, there's a chance that you can go in.
Yeah.
And Westwood, they put it towards the net, and they've done it with some perfect shots that have ended up in, and a good start for the Wolverines.
Wolverines clogging the neutral zone, force a clear where they get the puck back on their stick. Galvin looking for the middle of the ice, just misconnecting with Donovan, and then dumped in there by DaCosta. They're getting the forecheck going as Galvin right back on the puck. Nice pass up the far side. Connected with Sickler, but goes off his stick. Blaney jumps on the loose puck, gets the red, and he's going to bring it in for the entry. Curls up, and then sends it back. Smart play as he's waiting for more of his teammates to get into the play where they have more numbers.
That was nicely done by Finn Mahone, settling down the puck and kind of delaying Westwood working up the ice as the Hillers were in the midst of a line change.
Totally. To have the awareness of who do you have out there, how many guys waiting for lanes to open up, big time. And then chipped away by Martin, but sweeped away by Spavento. Martin jumps back on the play, trying to work it inside, takes a hit, and physical play already starting to get going here.
Oh, it's only going to get more and more physical, Morgan.
And another hit behind the net. The battle with Nolan Lewis and Spavento. And work it up the near side to number 6, Connor Merkel. He's one of the top players for the Hillers, returning. And they can go from one end to the other very quickly. I mean, some really good breakouts just off their own skates. Don't even need to pass it when they got the speed like that.
And look at how up-tempo both these teams are already playing. It's already mid-season for
not much
these
rust.
teams out there.
Yeah, not much rust, and that is going to be an icing, which will bring the face-off back into Hiller territory. But yeah, really good back and forth so far. Teams, got their feet moving, and that's the key. Is you want to make opportunities that start from your defensive zone, and to be able to do that, it comes from being able to get your feet moving and get some good stretch passes going, which both teams have been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a quick tempo all night, nonstop action. Don't blink.
Yes. It's Sebby O'Brien on the dot. He gets the win, works it back to Dempsey. Dempsey going to send it back low. Morgan Cox jumps on a loose puck, sends it over the far side.
Big
That's
hit
sent over to
delivered.
number 22, Colin Johnson, takes a hit, but he's able to keep it in. Colin Johnson, one of the freshmen for the Wolverines, part of the Mays neighborhood, and that's a hit by Dempsey. So back-to-back teams going for some big hits here early on, trying to establish that physical presence, which it's like a boxing match, Tom. By the end of the game, you feel like you're going 12 rounds in some of these matchups.
Yeah, they'll probably feel like they went 12 rounds by the time this game's all said and done.
And good visibility there by Joyce, able to get the glove on that and get the whistle. So Sebby O'Brien, who just took that recent face-off, his father is not here tonight, and for good reason, Tom. Tonight is the last night, game at Matthews Arena. And Dave O'Brien was a captain of the 88 Beanpot team at Northeastern. He's a Beanpot Hall of Famer. He is representing the 80s for the final ceremony. So pretty cool night for the O'Brien family, not only with this game, but Dave O'Brien, father, representing the 80s for Northeastern hockey. And here come the Wolverines. Nice move by Blaney. He's able to go near side, trying to cut it inside, and takes a big hit.
Well, they probably got the stream of this game on as well.
Yeah, he does. I sent them the link earlier. And here comes Sullivan trying to send it up to, looks like Patty Dalton just a bit ahead of him, and forces the Hillers to work it up the near side. Fangler going to close in, keep it in, and then chipped away by the Hillers. Is it going to be an icing? I see a hand up, and yes. So the pace continuing to go back and forth, and also the last 5 minutes, very physical battle between these guys.
Oh yeah, big hits already right from the get-go, and obviously the Hillers a little frustrated with the way they started, but you have to be physical in this game. You won't beat either of these teams if you're not physical.
Nope, you got to do it. And those are the teams that typically go the longest in the playoffs, are the ones that are finishing checks.
Right.
Just look at the 2011 Boston Bruins. They weren't the most talented team, but they did not miss a chance where they could make a check.
You got to be gritty.
Dempsey works it up near side to Martin. Unable to connect there, but good backup by, looks like Romiza, as he passed it up to Nolan Lewis. Romiza, a freshman for the Wolverines. And Tom, he grew up right across the street from me. I saw him shooting pucks every morning. Very talented kid, and excited to see what he's going to bring to this Wolverine team.
Absolutely, and just so much history and talent with all these athletes. And keep in mind, I mean, these guys were playing each other as they were kids.
Yes,
as well.
they were, the youth level. Yep. Puck behind the net, trying to work it around to find some angles, but the Hillers doing a good job of taking away the middle of the ice.
Yeah, the Hillers are contesting the puck. They're not letting Westwood have much more room, especially after those 2 quick goals. They're trying to give them little to no space to work with. Nice steal there.
Stolen right there. And the Hillers trying to come away with the puck. They have the angle, but Dempsey able to push the player off to the side where there was nothing really to work with, and he's going to ice it. And Tom, that's what you would call a good ice right there. That was a really good look by the Hillers working it up. And with a big frame like Dempsey to keep him away from the net, it seemed like it was kind of the end of the shift for a lot of those guys, get some new guys out there. So what you'd call a good icing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a nice job by Westwood, too, getting back quickly. And they're able to, stuff the slot area and not allow the Hillers that open shot on net.
So Nolan Lewis going to take the face-off for the Wolverines and taking it for Hopkinton, Connor Merkel. Westwood coming away with it. Luke Martin trying to get to the outside. Little change of pace, but lost the puck off his stick. His cousin Nolan Lewis trying to battle in for it. And it's going to work back behind the net and hit away by Max Alexandre. Hiller's able to come away with it. They're working it into the neutral zone, but great back check there, Nolan Lewis. And then right back into the Hiller zone. Wolverine's going to change it out as the Hillers settle the puck and look to break it out. Trying near side, pass to Matt Pedroli. We've called his name and called, I believe, his brother's name the last few years in multiple sports, Tom, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dick Pedroli, tremendous baseball player. Matt, also a great baseball player as well.
A loose puck sent right back in. Sicular letting the Wolverines get right back to work. O'Brien lays the hit behind the net. And then it was a little hit right there near side as the Hillers advance the puck forward. Merkel sends it off to 15, Pedroli, as he takes a little Gretzky turn.
Yeah, it was a good defensive stop there by Matty Donovan.
Yeah, he took away the space. Big thing, when you have that size and speed, being able to take away space is key. You have to force players to stop or go the other way. Donovan, there he is on the spot, looking to get some more space. Shot and a save by Spavento. That was a good look and a good save by the Hiller goaltender.
Yeah, great save there by the junior Spavento, and some mustard on that shot by Matty Donovan.
He's got one of the harder shots in the Tri-Valley League.
It looks like it's not moving, but that's just something we both thought. So the official time is here in the booth tonight.
So the official time from Bill Seaby was mentioning in the booth. We were talking about in the earlier game, the scoreboard seemed to be a little bit lagging time-wise. So and the right scoreboard seems to be a little bit more in tune than the left. So that's where my eyes have been when it comes to checking in on the times. The puck ends up in the neutral zone. Dempsey forced to bring it back. He hands it off to Donovan, who sends it up over to Dalton. Hiller's able to keep that in front of him. That was a nice play by Ronan Singlin. And right back into the Wolverine territory. Dempsey playing the puck, and 50-50 battle comes away with it. Descended to Connor Blaney, but then whacked back in by the Hillers. Hillers doing a good job on the forechecks, keeping Westwood honest, making these breakouts difficult.
Yeah, the Hillers keeping it in the Westwood zone pretty well the last couple of minutes, but the Wolverines doing a nice job at defending the net and not allowing open shots.
Exactly. And both teams keeping each other honest, where they got an aggressive forecheck for the Hillers, but the Wolverines really protecting that net front very well. Blaney in the middle of the ice, hard shot just wide left, and chipped up the near side boards, but goes out of the blue line area, and then knocked back in by Lucas Willett as Hillers go the other way. That's picked off the stick of Colin Johnson as he works it up ice, finds Dalton. Dalton was just looking for Willett, missed the connection, and picked up by Sam Spavento. When he gets his feet moving, he could certainly create some offense from the defensive zone.
Yeah, that was a good recovery by Spavento. Puck kind of got by him, but he caught up with it and was able to take it around.
Sullivan, that was a nifty pass over to Fengler. Fengler gets the red, sends it right in. Wolverine's going to dump and chase. Morgan Cox, his father a Wolverine, graduate in 1991, Hall of Famer, great hockey family. And that's something that's pretty cool, Tom, when you notice, families that are in the same program that the kids play in.
Right, absolutely. I mean, there's so many just great family traditions coming up for these programs.
Shot on net. Joyce gets the stick on it, and we're going to get the face-off. We hear some cheers from the crowd as the Westwood's den has started to emerge over here. So they're looking to get loud, as I think they had come in after the goals, but they're looking for some big plays where they can get their boys going, and they're always fun to watch. And the Hillers as well, seen them on the road when they get their fellow players excited.
Absolutely. Nice job keeping it down in the Westwood zone there by the Hillers. And if you're looking for big plays and big hits, you're at the right game or watching the right game.
Yeah. The Wolverines on the far side. Willette was knocked down, and Hillers able to steal the puck back. Lewis gonna work it back to Dempsey. Dempsey going D to D. Galvin, and right up, I know that was Johnson, and then right back into the Hiller zone.
Wow, just under 4 minutes left. It feels like that flew by, Morgan.
Oh my gosh, in a blink. This is the thing, you got both teams that are very aggressive forechecking, so it's hard to get that puck flat. And then, you know, when you do get it flat, you got a couple guys trying to hit you as Dempsey crashes down, gets a piece of
What do we have? 2 icings so far?
Yeah. And those have been because they forced, you know, some fast plays, you know, just misconnections on neutral zone passes.
Yeah, just nonstop action throughout this first period. This is the kind of game we expected.
It sure was. So 3 minutes and change remaining here in the first period. Wolverines up 2-0 on goals by Caleb Fengler on the first one, Will Dempsey on the second one. So a sophomore and a sophomore for Westwood's 2 goals, as the Hiller is going to bring the puck into Westwood territory. Fengler hits the ice, but has some good help there from Sullivan as Fengler recollects the puck and is going to chip it high off glass. As now they're hearing the benches going and the den going, getting excited as they're realizing, hey, these are the rivalry games and these are the ones they enjoy, the big hits and the goals.
Right. Yeah, they might be looking for a penalty there as well, but in any case, they're going to allow a lot tonight. They know it's a rivalry game. There's going to be some big hits, and they're going to let them play out there, I think.
Yeah. If you keep the elbows in and the hits are on time, you know, they're going to allow it.
And that's what you want in a rivalry like this. Let them play.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the whistle for anything that's egregious. Anything else, you know, let them play. And some nice nifty moves here by Blaney. He's going to drop it, but picked off there by number 9, Ian Koska.
I think we've only heard the whistle like once or twice all period long.
That's why the periods felt so quick. You know, there really has been not too many stoppages as Hiller's regrouping and they work it up ice. They're going to send it on the stick of Lucas Anderson as he works it in. Shot saved by Joyce, and then he puts the glove on the rebound as the Wolverines protecting the net front. Looks like Matt Donovan pushing away Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca, remember his brother playing through the system. He was a big forward and a very talented forward as well.
Well, I'll tell you, you want to talk about a good shot. Will Ian Tosca's your guy. Came up in the system last year as a freshman, made a big impact on this team, and will certainly have a big impact once again this season.
Absolutely. So under 2 minutes remaining, 1:55 left in the game. Excuse me, in the period. As the clock continuing, it showed the time for a second there, Tom. It said 7:50. It said 7:47. But 1:45 remaining here as puck sent right back into Westwood territory.
They wanted to show you how quick this period went by.
Yeah. Dempsey is looking up the near side, able to get the puck back. And he's going to collect it and send it towards the far side. Lewis trying to knock that away, and then a hit there. There was a whistle before the hit. I'll see what that was for. It may have been an offside.
Yeah, either that or maybe a trip.
I think it was an offside. Yeah, so an offside call. A couple, some more hits added to the total. So we're gonna have to get a hit count. We got. I think I know the right guy for that. It might be Cam Nappy to be the hit counter over here. Well, we got Cam Nappy here in the booth. Did a terrific job earlier with the girls Hopkinton and Medfield's game, which was a fantastic game we caught earlier, Tom.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he's in the training program. To,
the school of the Tom Nappy training when it comes to broadcast media. And
but he's already a seasoned pro.
He is. He did a state championship game already.
That's right.
Wolverines got the win on the draw. Fengler going to send it on net, turned away by Spavento, as he has really found his game after the 2 quick early goals and looking very solid. Trying to get a stretch pass in. That's a big hit right there. Off the hit by Pedroli on Caleb Fengler.
Oh, look at that.
Nice play there. Sullivan able to get in front of that pass attempt to an open player in front of the net as the Wolverines doubling down on defense as the hitting has continued to pick up. Pass in the middle, brushed away by Cox. Good positioning there by the forward to see that coming and to chip it out and force Hillers to regroup. Another hit there, sent to the middle of the ice, kept in, but then bounces out. And they're gonna have to work it right back in on the stick of Carter Moore. Carter Moore working it towards the middle, and then bounces off his stick onto the.
Of a change here.
Yeah. as we're 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. And that is going to be an icing and have a face-off in the Westwood defensive zone with 15.9 seconds, we think. But the Den has certainly gotten a little rowdier, and it's certainly the physical play is picked up, and this is something that we said right from the get-go in the pregame.
Absolutely. Well, you want to talk about physical athletes. Matt Pedroli, certainly a physical player. He's going to deliver big hits, and he's going to be a guy that you'll have to deal with all game long.
And that is cleared out by Westwood. Might be another icing, and it is. Well, to bring that draw back again, we're going to redo it with 8.9 this time.
So now that we're in the final few seconds, now we get all the icings.
Yes, exactly. Now we're getting all the whistles that we were waiting for. But as we mentioned, the vulnerable minute, this is where you want to make, hey, this is an opportunity for the Hillers to get a shot on net, but the Wolverines want to make sure that they protect the net front. And clearing that out wasn't necessarily a bad play by Donovan, just a little bit too much on it. Hillers coming away with it, but a hard stick from, what a save by Joyce as the clock winded down.
Man.
Gets the glove on that, and a big save, probably the biggest of the game, to keep it at 2-0 and to keep the Hillers scoreless going into the intermission.
Yeah, Sam Spavento nearly came through with a buzzer beater there, but a tremendous save by Sean Joyce. But I have to say, after a rough start for the Hillers, I like what I'm seeing in these last few minutes.
Yeah.
They're starting to get more pressure in the Westwood zone, and more importantly, they're keeping the puck in the Westwood zone the last few minutes. So if they can continue to have the possession momentum, they could get right back in this game. But obviously, this Westwood team, they're not going to deal with that for too long. So we'll see what's to come, but
Absolutely.
a tough physical game. Every bit of entertainment we expected here tonight, and what is, I think, one of the best rivalries in the state.
Oh my goodness, as advertised, and the hitting is probably only going to continue to pick up here in the upcoming second period. But folks, that's going to do it for the first period. Stick around. We will be right back after a little break, and we'll be back for the start of the second period. You're watching hockey on HCAM and Westwood Media Center.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. On Friday, 4 tremendous Hiller athletes signed their letters of intent to compete in collegiate athletics. HCAM was on the scene.
I'm Kendall Tom. I'm going to Bentley University to play lacrosse.
My name is Ryan Morin. I will be attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I'm going to be competing at the collegiate level in track and field, specifically the throwing events.
I'm Mason Barrows. I'm going to Sacred Heart University for track and field.
Hi, I'm Caroline Osman. I'll be going to Assumption University to play softball.
I love the campus on my official visit, and I also just love the coach, and the academics there are like the perfect balance of like rigorous, but also like I can have fun at the same time. So that's why I chose Bentley.
I really love the campus, and on my official visit, the team was really welcoming and just made me feel really belonging. Like I had a spot on the team, just really the culture just draw me in.
It was really the coaches of Sacred Heart. I thought they were very supportive, very nice environment.
I really loved the feel of the campus, and I loved the options it gave me academically, and all the girls are so nice, and I really like the future of the possible future of the program, and I hope I can contribute to that.
I'm going to be studying business. I think I'm going to go in undecided business just to get a wide range of all of what Bentley has to offer.
I'm planning on studying economics and finance.
I'm doing some type of biology, some science, something like that.
I'm going to be going into pre-physical therapy.
The past like three and a half years have been like the best 3.5 years of my entire lacrosse career. I think it built me up to be who I am as a person and a player today.
I mean, it was great. There's a lot of competition here, and my coach, Mr. Donahue, he was amazing. He really helped me out a lot, and he introduced me to all of like the events and all the different techniques, and he's really helped me grow as an athlete and as a person.
Best 4 years of my life, really. It's a lot of fun.
It was great. Last year we made it to the Final Four, so that was really fun for me. I hope to do that again this year, and I had a ton of fun with these girls, and I'm really excited for one more season with all of them.
I think my favorite memory of my lacrosse career has been this past season, 2025. I think we did really well, just like record-wise, but I also think we came together as a team that I think was really special.
It was this spring, and it was our state relay meet, and we were behind, and the team needed a big throw for me in the discus event, and I was able to get one, a PR, and we won, and we medaled, and it was amazing. A great feeling.
Definitely freshman year, outdoor season is probably the best season I've had. Just a lot of good memories.
I would definitely say winning Final Four last year and being able to hold that trophy and officially say that we were going to state semifinals.
The upcoming season, I think my primary goal is to go in, I think, fearless, because as a freshman, I think you can be a little scared, but I think I want to go in like laying everything out on the table as a freshman at Bentley.
This upcoming season, definitely probably a nationals appearance, and maybe a state title. That'd be nice, at least the sectionals.
I want to get some school records for the jumps, so long jump and triple jump.
Definitely hoping to make it back to where we were. Hoping to continue to contribute for my team and, make a good run in playoffs.
Stand right in between. Yeah, come together. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Okay, good.
Thank you.
This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school.
Slam, it's retrieved. Linfield's got to get it over. They do. Rancourt goes down to a knee. For Milani, it's blocked. We're tied at 26. No! The Hawks win it! The Hawks win it! 27-25. I thought they lost it, but they said no. The Hawks win it in 3 straight sets. They're going on to the finals. Stay tuned for our post-game show. The final here today. Bellingham 25-17. Bellingham 25-14. Bellingham 27-25. Our post-game show is next on ABMI. Stay tuned for some coaches interviews and some player interviews.
Well, it's all over. Bellingham sweeps it over Linfield. Coach, you continue dancing a hard-earned victory here tonight.
Yeah, they worked hard. I think the first 2 games looked a little bit easier than they were. But I told them, I said champions were won when they battled back, and they did a great job in that last set.
Down 21-16 in the last set. You had some pressure moments, but they really pulled through.
They did. I think when Maddie got behind the line and got that first ace to get us back to where we needed to be, I think that said a lot about our team.
Yeah. Okay, so congratulations, Coach. We'll talk to your players.
Sounds good.
Okay, Maddie De Oliveira, Sophia Soto, Mia Milani, if you can just turn up this way, face up to the camera. What about that ace that you got, Maddie? That really sparked your team, didn't it?
Yeah, when we were behind, I can't look at the score, and we have to just keep playing with energy.
So many pressure moments, Sophia. You had to, where you're down 21-16, very little room for error. How did you guys pull it out?
We had to trust in each other. We know our game. We know each other. We play good when the smiles are on and we have energy. So we just had to dig into that.
Mia Milani, you're all over the court again. We had some stiff competition. Number 17 for them, pretty good tall player, Audrey Manning. What was it like up against her?
I think that's a great team. I think they have great players, but it's a long way to 25.
Yeah.
And I think that no matter how down you are, you can't look at the score because anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly. And that really was the match. What about you got off to such a good start. The first game, a lot of ties. Second game, no ties, no lead changes. You just swept right through. Third game, a little bit different. What happened in that third game?
Honestly, I think that they're a great team. We competed, and even though we got down, I think we just used each other. We really leaned on each other because that's what we have to do at the end of the day.
What's it mean to get to the championship game again? You had some unfinished business from last year, didn't you?
We're hungry.
Yeah. That says it all. Congratulations, Maddie De Oliveira, Sophia Soto, Mia Milani. Enjoy this victory.
Thank you.
Okay, it's all over as the Hawks sweep Linfield 25-17, 25-14, 27-25. And they're going to move on. They'll play the winner of the other semifinal match yet to be determined between Joseph Case High School and Medfield High School. We know all about Medfield. Bellingham has defeated them twice so far this season. That's going to do it for our coverage here from Westwood. We hope you enjoyed this telecast. We're now moving on to the state championship.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Welcome back, folks. Kent Nicehouse, Tom Nappy, Evan Cardomino, and Morgan Donahue on HCAM and Westwood Media Center. We are almost ready to get underway here in the second period. Tom, very entertaining first period as Wolverines got on the board very early with two quick goals by a couple sophomores, Caleb Fengler, Will Dempsey, and then the physical hitting picked up, and both teams really trying to establish that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start for Westwood. In fact, you couldn't have any better of a start, and certainly a little worrisome for Hopkinton at the time, but they settled down the game a bit, and they started getting a little bit of possession momentum, especially towards the end of that first period. They did a nice job keeping the puck in Westwood's zone and giving some pressure right back to them, and we'll see if they're able to continue on that path in the second period, but obviously it's been made pretty clear that when you're going against this Westwood team, you got to get off to a quick start yourself, or they'll take advantage of that, and you'll be down a couple goals.
And this is the matchup where these two, obviously, they play each other twice in the regular season every year. It's common that they see each other in the postseason, but with the familiarity, these coaches, do make these big-time adjustments after they've seen each other in the first period. So Scott Hayes for the Hillers, he's been there for a few years, took them to a state championship, I think it was 2022. Matt Siebert, been in the program 17 years, 8 as a Westwood head coach. And these guys are pretty good at being able to make those inter-period adjustments on coming back out for the period, looking for what they're trying to make changes for, but also how to attack the other team. And, I'd expect to see some of that here in the second period after they've had 15 minutes of kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, I mean, you got two of the best coaches around doing battle here tonight, and both of them very good at in-game transitions. And so expect to see something completely different, I would say, as this game goes on and these teams continue to transition.
Merkel going back and forth with Corey DaCosta, a couple seniors, or nope, it looks like Merkel's a junior, as both teams trying to establish the possession, and the Wolverines going to send it right back into the Hiller territory. Matt Donovan on the forecheck, coming in with some speed, a big hit behind the net, as that drew a cheer from the crowd. Taking it towards the net is Blaney, tried to go through the legs, and then that's squirted by. Wolverines able to keep the possession. Sullivan fungos it to the far side of Donovan. Another big hit by Matt Donovan, as that was certainly probably a theme that came from the coaches, is keep that hitting going, especially early on in the second.
Yeah, that was a pretty good stiff arm there. And to win this game, you've got to play physical. You can't be afraid to hit, and none of these teams are, and you're going to see big hits all throughout.
No question. That was a very fast entry by Merkel as he works it in. They're trying to work it up top, try and move that puck around, sent back down by Moore, and then battle behind the net. That's slapped aside by Sullivan, and then Blaney backhanded off the boards, but crashing down is Spavento. Westwood coming up on a loose puck. They have numbers if they hurry. It's two. An angle, nice angle taken, but kicked away there by Spavento. They initially had some numbers, but the Hillers able to take a good angle there, and that is gloved away by Hiller goaltender Colton Spavento. So both Spavento brothers been very active tonight, but especially on that play right there in that sequence.
Yeah, absolutely, Morgan. Westwood had a great breakaway coming up the ice. Kudos to Sam Spavento breaking that up and getting in the way, because that could have been another goal for Westwood. They had like a 4-on-1 at the time.
Yeah, could have been. They had numbers, and I don't think they noticed it, to be honest.
I believe the Hillers might have been changed up their defensemen when that was happening.
And that's what happens on the long change, Tom. So the long change, if you are a defenseman for the Hillers, you got to make sure that that puck is well into the Westwood zone, because if it isn't, it's easy to get up ice with no one there. So it's got to be ever more careful on those changes, especially in the second period when you have the long change.
Right. And the Hillers, they have frequent changes, and especially in a high-intensity matchup like this, you're going to be changing out quite often.
Nolan Lewis picks that off, but then swept away by the Hillers, picked back up in the corner as the Wolverines trying to work it up top, and stolen by Lewis. 3 Hiller players crash in on it, and here we go, the theme of continued puck battles as both teams, one steals it, the other one steals it back. And coming away with the Hillers and have some ice here for 23. Resnick passing it to 21 and just missed on that connection was Lucas Anderson. He found Anderson as he was able to locate the puck, but it looked like the puck wasn't flat enough to really get enough on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good look by Resnick and a nice idea, but that puck just a little bit too high for Anderson to try to corral in and get a proper shot off.
Stretch up the far side. Dempsey going to settle it, sends it up to Dalton. Dalton has 2 players crashing in, a big hit there. Physical play continues to emerge as we get further into the second period.
Yeah, and you see both of these teams, they're not giving each other any space to work with. No. The Hillers learned from that mistake early on in the first period. Don't give them any space to work with because they can shoot from anywhere. So both teams are crowding that puck, and they're contesting every possession.
No question about that. It was a missed connection on the stretch pass, which would be an icing on the Hillers and bring that puck back into the defensive zone for the Hillers. One thing that is important in some of these home games, so the Wolverines are the home team, they get the benefit of the last change. So they can see who the Hillers bring out, and then they can counter it with the players they have. So Wolverines took their time there to see who they wanted to match up wise, especially with an offensive face-off.
Right.
That puck hit the netting. We're going to get a redrop. We're going to have Donovan and also Rivera on the draw. Puck works back up. Fengler chips it up off the glass. Takes a bounce as Donovan looking to hit, and then played by a high stick.
We're going to get a call here.
I think it's a high stick, which is going to bring the face-off outside. I don't believe a penalty. But either played with a high stick, so it's going to bring it all the way back into the Westwood territory. So you can't do that in the offensive zone, but you can't do that anywhere.
Get the chant started?
You can't do that. That's probably one of the more popular chants you hear at rinks and courts these days.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That and warm the bus.
Warm up the bus. That is old as time. That is an old as time student section chant.
Absolutely.
That's a big hit there. That was laid by DeVoria Costa on Matt Donovan. He's looking to get the puck towards the net. Donovan gets right back up, sends it up to fellow captain Sullivan. Sullivan goes across to Fengler. Shot by Fengler goes just wide left. And then Sullivan trying to crash down, and he makes a big hit. You got the Hillers coming out one-on-one. Fengler as well as Pedroli. Pedroli just missing. Left goes off to the side of the net, as Tom was saying. That was a really good move by Pedroli as he was coming into the zone with speed. And another big hit in the neutral zone. Same 2 guys. It looked like Donovan and actually Carter Moore on that one as the pace has picked up.
Yeah, it certainly has. And you see the Hillers are sending their speedsters up, trying to get that breakaway.
A shot and a save by Joyce, and he gets the whistle.
Yeah, Finn Mahone coming in with that shot, and good save there.
So almost 5 minutes into the second, the pace has picked up, the opportunities have picked up, and this game is just getting better and better as it's been going on. Good, clean hockey, too. I love to see the back and forth.
Yeah, good, clean hockey, and they're letting them play a little bit as well.
Yeah, love to see that, yeah.
But that's what you want in this type of matchup.
I don't want to see games.
Let them have some fun.
I don't want to see games that are dictated by power plays or anything like that. That shot is from the outside and covered by Spavento.
Yeah, no, I'm just impressed that both of these teams, I mean, you come into the first game and sometimes it starts off a little slower. There's a couple mistakes. You're not seeing many mistakes, besides the couple goals that were left, but those weren't even mistakes. I mean, those were just good shots.
Yeah, great stick there by Martin, able to win the puck back, sends it right back in. He's got Nolan Lewis emerging down low, forces a pass up top and takes a hit by Martin, but coming away with it on a 2-on-1 is the Hillers. They're looking to crash the net. They have a guy, and what a save by Joyce! A one-timer and a glove save by Sean Joyce. Beautiful save.
You gotta give Joyce big credit there. That had goal written all over it, and Joyce somehow able to corral the puck in, and a tremendous save.
So he had the biggest save of the game, in my opinion. The last few seconds of the first period, that one was bigger. A 2-on-1, which would have put the Hillers on the board and cut the lead in half, but
that was just a perfect pass from Ian Tosca to Resnick.
Nice flat pass, too. I mean, that's how you draw it up, is a nice flat pass you can handle. And Joyce, great anticipation coming across to get the glove on that one. No rebound, too, is the other thing, Tom.
Yeah, that, too. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Ramiza crashing down, helping out in the defensive end. He's going to send it over to Fengler. Fengler looking up ice, and that's chipped into the zone by Martin.
Well, it's going to take good goaltending like that to win this matchup, and we're seeing some great goaltending on both sides so far in this one.
Certainly are.
And we're also seeing a couple of very busy goaltenders as well.
Puck comes back, but it was off the Hiller players, so no offside. If a puck goes outside of the blue line but brought back by the defensive players, it is back onside, which is you don't see too often in hockey, but can be a confusing play at times. The Hillers gain the possession as they look to work it behind the net. On a stick of number 9, Ian Tosca, as he sends it up to the point. Shot saved by Joyce. Rebound saved by Joyce again, and he wraps it up.
Wow. I mean, that was quite a rebound there and a great secondary shot. Another tremendous save by Joyce. And Joyce, man, he has some quick reaction time.
He is feeling it right now.
Cat-like reflexes out there.
He is. He's doing a good job on those initials, but his rebound control has been, terrific.
But that's what you want to do if you're the Hillers. Keep shooting, away, keep getting that pressure on net.
Secondary opportunities, third opportunities are where you really want to put pucks in the net, especially when you get goaltenders like these.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you're going to break through with this kind of pressure.
Centering attempt, Joyce gets the blocker on that and hits the back glass. Wolverines located, Hillers crash down and able to keep it in, but then sent out. Blaney, he's got Sickler to his right. Shot by Blaney, rebound, Sickler to the net, just wide.
What a save by Spavento.
And the Hillers now going back the other way. They're going to throw that in the zone, takes a hop. Joyce gets the stick on it, but then the Hillers able to locate it. They're trying to work it around right in the middle of the ice, whiffed on the first shot attempt, then blocked on the second. Fengler sends it up. Looking to race with it is Donovan. Donovan going 1-on-2. And he's just going to kind of push it forward as the Wolverines change up their guys. Fresh legs on the ice. As they're looking to get the puck back, they do. Ramiza sends it up to Nolan Lewis, and that is called offside. So offside, just offside, as Lewis was trying to send that over to Luke Martin, who would have had a breakaway if it was just to be able to get it over on time.
Yeah, I mean, for Spavento to get that last save, he to save that shot off the rebound, he had to slide quickly over and pretty much all the way to the other side, and just a great save.
Nolan Lewis, what a face-off there. Pushed it forward and able to get close to the net and put a little scare, and as he got advanced that puck. But that's a great way to keep the other team guessing when you're doing all types of things at the dot, not just winning it back, winning puck battles, but able to advance it forward as well.
You know, you're not seeing a whole lot of turnovers by either side in this game. I mean, just nice, crisp
Very
passing,
sharp.
Great, sharp puck handling.
Yep. Dempsey gets the red. He's going to work it in himself. He's going to chase it after himself as well. Stays in on the forecheck as the Hillers work in the breakout. Wolverines trying to take away the space and force the Hillers to work it back. Going D to D on the far side to Carter Moore, who sends it up ice. Dempsey was looking for the hit there, but it was going to be too late. Smart play to avoid a potential penalty. Back on the stick of the Hillers, looking for the center of the ice. No one there. That one hits a body. I think that went off of the body of Jack Resnick. It goes out of play, and we're going to get a whistle. That was a hard shot from the point.
I wasn't sure where that went, if it went in the goalie's glove or off of deflected out.
Yeah.
But it looks like it deflected out. They're getting a new puck.
The stoppage was 7 minutes, 5 remaining here in the second period. And as entertaining as the first period was, this one has been twice as entertaining, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you, Morgan, with the high intensity you're seeing out there, it is going to be a factor towards the end of the game, especially. These teams are going to start getting a little bit tired because when you're playing at such a high level, obviously how much energy you got left in those final minutes is going to matter.
And this is where, are you playing a third line or not? That third line makes a difference if you are got rested legs out there, especially this early in the season. You want to make sure that your top dogs have enough in the tank come third period.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very even matchup. Both rosters essentially even as far as numbers.
That shot just wide.
Oh,
the net goes off, and we get a whistle. But that was a really quick shot by Chris Resnick as he was...
That net coming loose might have just saved a goal there.
It was a
Westwood.
good look, yeah. It was a point-blank opportunity. Initial shot was just wide, and the net went off the...
Chris Resnick had a tremendous shot, and that puck was loose, hanging out right along the crease, but the net becoming dislodged saved the secondary shot from happening.
The face-off, but a stalemate, a loose puck, and there's a whistle before the goal goes in.
Oh, waved off.
No goal. So I'm not sure what it was, if it was the net dislodged again.
They're going to talk about this.
So we'll see what happens here. So I see both officials heading over to Scott Hayes.
Now I want to see, there's Parker Rivera got the initial shot. I think Resnick on the secondary.
Yeah. So it was called off because the whistle came, which makes the play dead. So you can't call a goal after that. And I see one of the officials talking to head coach Scott Hayes.
Yeah, and I think he was just giving him the reason why.
Yeah, and it looks like Scott Hayes, understandable. So it must have been something obvious that we didn't really see or pick up on.
Could have been an unfortunate whistle, too.
Yeah, it's true, too. That shot is blocked, and that goes out of play over the glass on the far side. A lot of deflections in the last few minutes.
But this is what you want to do if you're the Hillers. I mean, this is one of the things that Hopkinson's so good at. They create pandemonium in front of that net, and as much as you want to try to cover it up, they get so many guys in there, create so much pandemonium, there's nothing you can do about it, and that's what they're trying to do here.
Joyce with a save, kicks the rebound off to the far corner. Shot, that goes over the glass. That was a nice look there by Resnick as he's been getting his game going. And they're going to work the puck around, working it up off the stick or Pedroli. Pedroli going to work it up top. A little give and go with DaCosta. Pedroli looking for a shot. That goes wide right, going to work its way up to the point. Kept in by the Hiller defender, number 18, Carter Moore.
Yeah, he took a hit from Matty Donovan. Donovan lost his stick for a while.
And that's the key of big-time hockey is you got to take a hit to make a play.
Yep, absolutely.
You can't be afraid to take that hit to make a big play, and great job there. Shot by, looked like Sicular, saved by Spavento. Donovan with the shot, and another save by Spavento. Back-to-back shots, and a well-positioned Spavento turns them away.
These goaltenders putting on a clinic here tonight.
And puck back in the Westwood zone. Sullivan going to bring it back.
It's like a goaltending competition out there,
It's a duel. It's like a pitcher's duel, but for goalies.
Right? Just unbelievable saves on both sides.
Nolan Lewis works it over near side of Johnson. Johnson looking up the far side, just misses with Martin. And jumping on that puck is Corey DaCosta. Nolan Lewis goes down, but Ramiza picks it up. That's sent back in by the Hillers, and Wolverine's going to redo their breakout. Sullivan. That puck gets deflected. And Nolan Lewis comes away with it. Going to chip it in. Wolverine's going to change it up. So smart play. These change-ups, knowing that you're playing the long game, you got to keep some of these shifts short. Blaney gets a stick on that. Has Ramiza working across.
Hillers trying to form a breakaway here.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, just under 4.5 minutes left in this quick-moving period.
Yeah, again. Smart play there. Sullivan gets the stick on it and then sends it away, tipping it off the glass. Shot from the point, takes a crazy bounce and then goes wide. I think Joyce might have got a piece of that.
Yeah, and
when he comes away.
Hillers keeping that puck on net. They're going to keep taking shots on net. They want to keep it down by the net, and that's their key.
Old school style of hockey. He's crashed that net, gets shots to the net. That puck goes off the far side. Not going to be an icing as both teams change out their forwards. stretch pass, but Fengler jumps on it, trying to time it as the players come out and sends it right back in. They have Lucas Willett closing in on the far side, which forces the puck up the other side. Sebi O'Brien picks it up as he's holding it on for possession. And taken away by number 24, Parker Rivera. And that's going to go down the other end, and that is not going to be an icing as it caught a stick of a Westwood player. And then back to battling. All about puck battles tonight. Sebi O'Brien on the entry. Puck goes off his stick, picked up by Cox. Cox sends it up top to Galvin. Galvin trying to shoot it on net, and that is blocked. Willett battling for it, and O'Brien going to force it on the far side, then right back the other way. So
great shot by Sam Spavento clearing that puck out of the danger zone for the Hillers.
Yep. Hillers get the puck and they get it out. 2-on-2 battle here. Sticks emerging by the Wolverine defense. Smart play there by James Galvin as he protected and knew where his help was. And he's going to jump on the loose puck, and as it gets deflected off of number 11, a big hit there on the far side. That was Dempsey, and that was Spavento. And I think puck might have gone on a play as that hit happened. That was a good, clean, hard hit. It sounds like car wrecks every time you hear these hits off the wall. Well, we gotta do a check-in with our guy Evan Cardomino, who's on camera. He's got a microphone as well. Evan, your thoughts on the pace so far?
Yeah, I love it. You know, it's a hard-fought battle. That's what we expect out of the TVL. You know, you expect the hits, and you know, this is exactly what we said pregame, and it's been a good so far. You know, it's what you like to see: fast-paced, big hits. Yeah. Set the tone early. That's what you want to do for both teams here. You know, set your you're not just setting the tone for the game. You're setting the tone for the season. What kind of season you're going to have? How physical you're going to be. So, so far so good.
Yeah, no team wants to take. And here we go. A fungo pass just gets by Matt Donovan. But no team wants to take a TVL large loss in your first game of the season. But if you can get that win, you know, great. But more importantly than any of that is you want your team getting better in the first game. And you want to see those strides, first period, second period, third period. And we've seen that so far as both teams really getting their game at a higher level as this game continues to go on.
Morgan, it feels like a playoff game in December. It's really just crazy momentum out there for both these teams. And it really does. It feels like a playoff game.
Matt Donovan picks it up. Shot saved by Spavento. That was a quick shot after he was able to get a glove on it to settle it. Then Donovan takes a hit off the near side, and then that puck goes out of play into the visiting penalty box. And the clock will stop at 1 minute 48 remaining here in the second.
You know, another thing I like too about this game, and I'll give, you know, talked about Hopkinton for a second. I really like the adjustments they made early on to, you know, slow this down. They saw that Westwood was coming out firing, and they said, we're going to up our physicality, we're going to up our speed, and that's really helped them out here late. It's held Westwood, it's slowed them down, but I think what Westwood needs to do now for the adjustment is match that physicality, and they've been doing it, and it's been working for them. You're starting to see a little more pressure on the Hopkinton bench, but overall, I think you're going to see in the third period, you're going to see a much more physical game. It's brewing here.
I think you're going to see more of the third lines from both teams being, you know, put in there. We've seen it already tonight, but more of that to make sure that that last 7 minutes, 5 minutes of the third, like, you're not making any mental or physical mistakes.
Right.
And that is an icing call, which will bring the face-off back into the Wolverine zone with 1:27 left. As the Hillers looking to cut into Westwood's 2-0 lead. No goals so far here in the second period after 2 quick goals in less than 2 minutes in the first period.
Credit to both these goaltenders. There's been a lot of shots on both sides and no goals so far.
Had the theme of, you know, the first game we did earlier where there was 11 goals, where, you know, to score 11, you got to get off to some quick goals, and thought it was going to go on that theme, but both teams settling down nicely.
Well, the way this game started, I thought it would be like 6-5 right now or something like that.
Nice play by Ramiza protecting the puck, allows Westwood to work it into the zone and get their forecheck going. It's a high IQ play for a young player on the Wolverines. Picks it up, keeps it in, finds Johnson, another fellow freshman. Nice play as they're looking to move that puck. Puck whiffed on the stick of Singlin. Picked up by Martin. Martin looking for Lewis, but that gets away. Dempsey's able to keep it in as Ramiza just going to send it back down as 35 seconds and counting left here in the third. Wolverines changing up their guys. Dempsey, no, that was Matt Donovan able to disrupt the breakout by the Hillers.
They've been scraping up that ice out there, Morgan. It's getting slippery.
There's a lot of snow out there right now where both teams, I'm sure, you know, will appreciate a nice fresh surface to start the third.
Right.
Donovan with a hard shot turned away by Spavento.
What a great punch save that was.
Yeah, working it back up to Sullivan. Sullivan with the half shot. That's blocked by Sickler. Back into the corner goes Donovan. Donovan battling with a couple Hiller players. Sends it back up to fellow captain Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get it through, but the clock expires before it gets to the net. And we got a couple players in front of the net, Hillers and Wolverines, that exchanging a couple recipes.
Settle down, fellas. We got another period to play.
The emotions are high here in the rivalry game, and that second period, what a period between both teams as they picked up both their games. But Tom, any final thoughts from what you saw there in the second period?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it again. I feel like this is a playoff game, the way that these teams are playing out there. And they seem like they're finely tuned. It's middle of the season, crucial game. That's what they're playing like. And you love to see that at this stage of the season. You want to see them giving it their A-plus effort, because that means they're going to be ready for the big competition. And it's quickly coming up for both these teams. And over the next couple of weeks, both teams will have some big games.
So Tom, I want to mention, we might have broken records tonight. We have someone watching in Phuket, Thailand, and also someone watching California.
Oh, wow.
So I've got confirmation.
Coast to coast.
Yes. There's people watching all over the world. And they are watching some great hockey. And we're going to take our break ourselves, folks. Stick around. You're watching Westwood and Hopkinton boys hockey on TVL Hockey Night, HCAM, Westwood Media Center. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for the second period.
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
The 18th annual Juniors versus Seniors Hopkinton Hiller Girls Flag Football game took place on Monday, November 24th. Juniors Ermi Chowdhury and Catherine Martinez started the festivities off with a wonderful performance of the national anthem. Two halves, 30 minutes each. Seniors start with the ball and face a fourth down on their first drive. Emma Prisco is cooking with Crisco as she breaks through to extend the drive. A few plays later, a sweep to the right side. She could go all the way. Flying machine Allison Green turns on the Jets, goes 70 yards and takes it to the house, and the seniors start off with the lead. They then go for the two-point conversion. Emma flash past ya, Prisco up the middle and adds the two. Seniors lead 8-0. Following drive, Juniors with the ball. The pass, incomplete to Walkowitz. Seniors get a big stop and get the ball back. Seniors with the ball at the 38-yard line, and this happened. The handoff, it's a sweep. Lucy Jean, she could go all the way. The 30, the 20, the 10, and Lucy Jean goes into nitro mode, taking it to the house, and it's a 14-0 Seniors lead. And then, why not add two more? Ayla Chase for the conversion, and it's a 16-0 ball game. Following drive, Juniors trying to strike back. The snap goes long, forcing a fourth down, and the Seniors would end up getting the ball back. Seniors with the ball at their 40-yard line. Allison Green then breaks through again, but it's called back due to a hold. Third and long for the seniors. The snap. Look out. Sophia Zanella with a big stop in the backfield. Juniors get the ball back. Following drive, juniors with the ball at the 33-yard line. It's Sophia Castonguay, and she throws an absolute bomb and connects with Addie Fastball Walls, and the Castonguay Walls combo looking like Brady to Moss. All the way to the seniors' 30-yard line, the juniors go. And then, Callie Get Your Popcorn Ready Owens has a big run up the sideline and takes the juniors to the 15-yard line. A couple plays later, Kylie Rogers whips around the defenders and takes it to the house. Juniors on the scoreboard. They then go for the two-point conversion. No good on the conversion. The score stays 16-6. Seniors leading. Following drive, Caroline Osmond under pressure connects with Caitlin Wilson for a first down to extend the drive. A few plays later, the handoff to Ayla Chase, who takes a big hit but gets a big gainer and a fresh set of downs. Defense coming up the middle, no problem. Caroline Osmond under pressure. Shovel pass to Tegan. I got a jetpack Restaghini, who takes it to the house for the 30-yard score, and it's a 22-6 seniors lead. The two-point conversion attempt was no good. Next drive, the seniors' defense came to play. Callie the Stopper Arthur shuts down the run play for little or no gain. Next play, Ashley McCann says, "No, you can't." A big stop in the backfield. After that, Mason, not in my house, Valutkevich, with a big stop in the backfield to give the seniors the ball back for one last time in the first half. The juniors get a couple stops, and the score remains 22-6 heading into the halftime break. Juniors start the second half with the ball. Sophia Can Do It All Castonguay comes out of the backfield, finds space, and moves the ball to the 48-yard line. A couple plays later, Kaylin Getbaya Jeremiah gets the handoff, goes towards the sideline, defenders coming in. Jeremiah says, "I think I'll go the other way," and takes it across the field and down the sideline for a big first down. The seniors' defense would clamp down, however. Gabby, You Can't Pass Me Patty with the stop to bring up third down. Castonguay on the rush again, but Kaylin Faber does the seniors a favor and puts a quick stop to that. A few plays later, Shay Sansonetti tries to rush up the sideline, but the seniors' defense holds strong and gets the turnover on downs. Allison Green gets another big run into juniors territory. Ball at the 38, and Allison Green takes the handoff once again. Allison got past you, Green, sees nothing but green. 38 yards up the field and into the end zone she goes to make it a 28-6 seniors lead. And then Emma Prisco strikes again as she follows up with a two-point conversion. Juniors then drive to the seniors' 15 late in the second half. That's not Drake May, it's Sophia Castonguay. She throws a rainbow to Addie Walls to make it a 30-12 game. The two-point conversion was no good. Following drive, Ayla Chase was on the chase to touchdown glory as Ayla turns on the jets, goes into nitro mode, and blows past everybody for not 20, not 30, not 50, not 60, not 70, but an 80-yard touchdown run. icing on the cake for the class of 2026, who take the 36-12 win over the class of 2027 and claim Hiller flag football glory as they take home the trophy and some serious bragging rights. Congratulations to the class of 2027 on a strong effort, but congratulations to the champion class of 2026 on a win for the Hiller flag football history books.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as Mapfre Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Hey, welcome back to the Canton Ice House. We are almost ready for the third period. Very entertaining second period. There was no goals. And you know what? That always has proved the old adage is you don't need goals to have an exciting hockey game.
That's
Especially in that period. That was probably the most entertaining period of the game. A lot of hits, a lot of tight checking, really good saves by each goaltenders. And expecting a lot of that for the third. But this is, you win the period here, you win the game for either team. You know, it's 2 goals isn't a big deficit for the Hillers, but the Wolverines, obviously, they want to get that next one. So 2-goal lead for any team going into a third, that next goal is the most important of the game. It either cuts the lead in half or it puts a 3-goal lead, which, you know, really seems, you know, pretty heavy when you get into a third period.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give big credit to Sean Joyce and Westwood for not giving up any goals in that second period, because the Hillers, they had a lot of great shots, a lot of great breakaways, and certainly got a big amount of pressure. So for Westwood to be able to hold them off in that second period, very impressive. But you better believe the Hillers are going to come right back at them in this third period as well.
No question about it. Any Scott Hayes coach team, they are always bringing it, no matter how much time or how little time is on a clock. They compete to the very end. They're certainly, I'm sure, talked through strategy for a second intermission coming in to make sure they maximize this opportunity here. And that's a big hit there, played by Connor Merkel on Caleb Fengler to set the tone for the Hillers here early in the third as they rim that around. It's knocked out by Sullivan. It's going to be no icing. I'm going to say it caught a piece of someone as the Hillers looking to break it out, but picked off by Romiza. Then stolen by the Hillers, Ian Tosca. As you see, Tom, particularly in front of the Spaventa, there's still some wet ice, which can be a factor when you're trying to break it out. All of a sudden, the puck's moving, then it stops because there's some wetness. So keep an eye on that as the puck is working its way right there now. And Westwood able to gain that possession. Dempsey whacked it up, but stolen by the Hillers. They're trying to advance. They do on the stick of Resnick. Shot just wide. He picks up the rebound, then sticked aside by Joyce. High IQ play there to get the stick on that pass as they're looking to make a quick pass after that initial shot, and we get an icing, which
Resnick took a secondary shot from behind the net, and somehow it still needed to be turned away by Joyce.
Joyce has had his eyes on that. Great anticipation to, I think what Resnick was looking for was trying to just get that to the net front, whether it goes off of, you know, a player, the goalie, or an incoming Hiller player to knock it in. He was able to get a stick on that and just paddle it aside. So Westwood sending out their third line to continue to keep the rolling 3-line theme going and keep the Wolverine legs fresh. It's Sebi O'Brien. Or actually, it looks like a little mixture, combination of the lines. You have Sicular, Sebi O'Brien, and then Willette. Shot saved by Joyce. Another save by Joyce, and he wraps it up for the whistle.
That was impressive. That was straight out impressive. Chris Resnick on the secondary shot, you thought for sure was going to poke it through, and somehow Joyce able to wrap it up.
And the Hiller players are beside themselves. I mean, that looked like a clear-cut opportunity where it was just sitting there on the doorstep, but Joyce able to move over and get a pad and glove on that and get the whistle.
I'll tell you, Sean Joyce, the way he's goaltending so far, this is probably going to be a candidate for performance of the week if this continues.
Oh, my goodness. Terrific plays. Joyce was a goalie on JV for 3 years, Tom. So this is his first varsity game, varsity start, and he has been incredible.
Well, I think he earned the job.
Playing absolutely terrific. And a puck in front of the net, that's loose. Hiller's able to locate it. They're going to work it back. Shot from the point, that takes a deflection to the wide side. That was a
Great
shot by
pressure
DeCosta.
by the Hillers right now. They got to continue this.
Oh, Wolverines jump on that, and then Donovan was looking for Patty Dalton. Misconnection there, and it's an icing. That would bring the face-off back as the Hillers have come out with some purpose here in the third, and they're getting the most of the opportunities with their shots on net.
Yeah, and they seem to be a little frustrated they don't have a goal yet, but just keep doing what you're doing. Keep the pressure on. Eventually, you're going to break through.
And there we go, a quick win on the draw. That shot was blocked by Theodil. Hiller's able to keep it in. It ends up on the far side and chased after by Pedroli. But Westwood comes away with the win. Nolan Lewis outside, inside, back outside. That knocked away, but able to advance the puck behind the goal line and allow the Wolverines to get their forecheck in play. As Lewis steals it, shot saved by Spavento. Another save, back to back
Great
on
saves.
2 quick shots. And then missed pass there. It was a good look from Romiza to Lewis, just went off his stick, and coming the other way are the Hillers. Oh, and a great stick by Galvin. Great stick there to knock it loose as the Hillers are trying to work it towards the net. High IQ play. Galvin has been a kid that a couple of the players was mentioned in the preseason interview to keep an eye on of how impressive he has been, how hard he's worked all offseason. His father is up in I believe Vermont with the Pee Wee AAA team. They're watching it live right now, Tom Nappy. So shout out to the Westwood Pee Wee AAA team. And, big brother, James Galvin getting it done here for the Wolverines.
We're seeing a goaltending and defense masterclass out there tonight.
Sebi O'Brien going to send that back in. That takes a weird deflection headed towards the net. Just goes off the side. Yeah. Got to be careful at all times with the puck in the middle of the ice. You can take any type of deflection.
Yeah, I don't think Itasca expected that pass to come his way.
No. But, Spavento was ready. He had the angle for anything to happen, as all goalies have to. You can take crazy bounces. Fengler chips it right back up. Wolverines have 3, and they can send it right back in and get all their forwards in on the forecheck. Puck settled down by DeCosta. Sends it up to 21 Anderson, and that picked off by Patty Dalton. Patty takes a hit. That was a good solid hit by Brendan Jean. And right back to work go the Hillers. Here on the near side, getting the speed going is Jack Resnick. Jack's pinched up against the boards and then hit by Dalton. That just goes wide left of the net. Possession back on the Hillers stick. Good tight checking by Dempsey as he forces the puck up towards the blue line. Puck played in the air and then out of play, and we get a whistle.
Yeah, you saw Will Itasca trip up there a little bit. It's a rough ice out there, Morgan. I mean, there's been a lot of action on this ice tonight. All throughout the day, so a little beat up on the surface out there.
It's seen a lot of action. There's no question about that. It's seen a lot of skillful skating too. It's not, there hasn't been any. It wasn't a beer league or an adult league game that was on this ice, for most of the day. And puck on the backside. Johnson was looking to send it over to Dempsey. They send it up the far side. Chipped off the boards by Dalton. Dalton forces it onto the hands of the Hiller defense. They're trying to break it through the neutral zone, but Westwood forces on the outside and a dump. Right in the back end as Dempsey chases it. Looking for Dalton as Dalton takes the body to allow Wolverines to get it with skates. Got Matt Donovan with Blaney. Donovan's shot just goes wide. That all started from the great play by Dalton in the defensive zone as he took the body to allow for it. Shot and a save again by Spavento. That was off the stick of Romiza. And a block shot at the point is going to work its way all the way down the Westwood zone. No ice because it went off a player off a shot by Westwood. And Westwood gets the far side breakout pass going. Donovan hits the ice, but able to still make the pass to fellow captain Nolan Lewis, Romiza trying to work it inside, and Hiller's going the other way. They have some space. Fengler playing up in the face and then forces the dump in back. Loose puck picked up by the Hillers. Shot saved by Joyce, who turns it away in the far side corner. Romiza picks the rebound up and dishes it off to Sullivan. Sullivan back to Romiza as a player crashing down, takes the hit. The puck still loose, then waffled away by Joyce. Loose in front of the net. That is knocked just wide. And then chipped out of the end and down the ice. Looks like it will be icing, and it is, which will bring a face-off back into the Westwood zone with 8 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the third and also the game.
Hillers continuing to throw everything they got at him, and Sean Joyce and keeping them at bay. Just tremendous goaltending and great pressure by the Hillers, and they just need to keep it up here at this stage in the game.
Yeah, Sean Joyce is in the zone right now. Shot saved by Joyce, who covers it up.
And the Hillers, they're attacking the net. They're coming right at it. Any opportunity they get, they're going to put that puck towards the net.
They're right back at it on the dot. Sebi O'Brien and Jack Resnick. Stalemate, hit out by Westwood. Morgan Cox got a stick on it. This one a slow roller. Is it going to reach the line? No ice. That works well for Westwood for their forecheck. Hiller's able to get it out of the zone. They kick it into the far side. So 1-on-3. Great effort there by Will Iantoska as he was able to advance the puck forward. Loose puck ends up on the near side, picked up by O'Brien. Takes a hit to advance it. And right back into the neutral zone. The breakout's so critical, especially as we get late in the game, to make clear passes, and you want to minimize and make sure there's no turnovers as both teams getting physically and mentally tired.
Yeah, and we'll see in the final few minutes what the tired factor is out there, and that's where you tend to see the most mistakes. So we'll see who ends up making those mistakes.
Yeah, that's a big hit on the far side, then knocked back into the Hiller zone by Morgan Cox. Cleared out by Chris Moore as Westwood's going to go D to D. Fengler looking up on the stretch. Donovan's going to chip it towards the goal and picked off by Ronan Singlin. Near side backflip by Connor Blaney as some of the Hiller forwards change out as Westwood looking to get on the prowl for their forecheck. Nifty pass into center ice. Offside of the Hillers, they'll have to tag up. As Westwood gets the puck back over the other side of the red. A big hit there, Matt Donovan. Both teams going back and forth. Can't tell you how many times it's been Donovan and Pedroli as they've been finding each other. 15 in green and 7 in white.
Yeah, it's been a fun battle to watch throughout this game.
Hillers looking to get some numbers, but a great stick there on the far side. Sullivan was able to keep that puck in front and to keep the even matchup. Shot blocked.
Nicely done by Singlin.
Singlin with a great block and pushes the puck up ice. And Fengler forces the dump in as Sullivan and Singlin battle on the far side.
I'll tell you, Ronan Singlin, he's got a lot of ice time today. He's been essential for this Hiller defense.
He's earned it. Here we go. Wolverines with 2 to Hillers 1. Martin with a shot saved by Spavento. He's going to send it over to Lewis. That puck knocked away, but shot from the point by Dempsey. Takes a ricochet. Another shot and a save by Spavento off the stick of Sicular. And the Wolverines get a couple looks in a span of 20 seconds there. Nolan Lewis working on the backhand towards the net, saved by Spavento. Nifty move by Lewis as he goes to the backhand, then to the forehand, in tight, saved by Spavento, and an icing which will bring the face-off back.
Colton Spavento keeping the Hillers in this game, just tremendous goaltending, and to not let any of those in, that is impressive. Westwood really bringing the heat right now, and the Hillers, they got to get the momentum back in their favor, and they got to do it quick. Just about 5 minutes left to go in this third period.
And here we go, the final 5, and the Wolverines send out their third line, who have been a big-time line tonight. O'Brien on the draw, Morgan Cox out there, who's been a big physical player for the Wolverines. James Galvin chasing down a puck, save by Joyce off the shot, backhand shot by Chris Resnick. That was a nice play by the Hillers to chip one into open space and let, it looked like Galvin and Resnick just chasing after it, and Resnick able to get towards the net.
Yeah, the Hillers, they're going to throw everything they can at them right now and do their best to get those speedy guys near the net.
Throwing everything in the kitchen sink right now. Inside 5 minutes, 4 minutes 50 remaining here in the game at the Ice House as this one works its way into the goal line and icing called. So even just some of these icings, it allows your team, your bench to get some additional rest as you look to capitalize on the last 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And the Wolverines going to change up their guys and bring out the starting forwards and the starting D as the Hillers doing the same.
Yeah, at this point, it's all about getting the fresh legs out there and trying to keep your guys fresh in these final minutes.
Yep. It's a boxing match. Now Donovan sends it up to Dalton. Dalton trying to work it inside. Good stick there by Theodil. And the Hillers working it up, but Wolverines come away with it. Donovan trying to get a loose puck shot on net, but knocked away off his stick.
Great steal by Merkel.
Yeah, great heads up play by Merkel.
Got a glove on the ice.
Yeah, one of the Hillers players missing a glove. Westwood coming away with a little flip pass. Dalton trying to locate it, sees it now as he gets a stick on it and works it back behind the goal line.
You see Westwood keying in on Matt Pedroli. They don't want to give him any space. He took a big hit in that last sequence.
Yeah, my goodness, the amount of hits that he's given and taken. The puck near side, that's going to be sent in, but picked off by Fengler, who's going to work it behind the net and start over to get a better angle on the breakout. When he goes behind the net, he can see what options he has left, what options he has right. And then he can skate it if he has that as well. So you maximize those options when you have the visibility behind your own net. The puck in the Hiller zone, nifty pass to drop it to their forward as the forward was working his way up ice. Back into Westwood zone. Fengler gonna do a little D-to-D pass off the back to partner, Will Dempsey. Both those guys have goals tonight. Dempsey and Fengler, sophomore defensemen, which defensemen scoring goals, let alone two sophomore defensemen scoring goals, that's something you don't see too often.
The amazing thing is, Morgan, we haven't seen a goal since 13:52 left in the first
it's a
period.
very good point, too. We saw 2 goals in less than 2 minutes, and we haven't seen any since then.
2 goals in the first minute and 8 seconds.
Now Donovan with an opportunity, and that puck gets deflected over the net, and we get a stoppage with 2 minutes and 56 remaining.
You got to imagine the shot count tonight.
Yeah.
It's probably in the 30s for both teams.
Yeah, and you have to imagine at some point you might see a timeout called, where you can get a little extra, and here we go. So this is the coaching in me, where you're going to see the timeout called, most likely called by the Hillers. They want to rest up for the final 2:56. They understand you can't tie this game if you can't get the first one. So the first one is more important, obviously, right now, because you can't. There's no such thing as a 2-point goal, but they want to get the right personnel out there. They want to have the right rest in them, and to go maximize the final 2 minutes 56. And you might actually see them start with the goalie out. We'll see, but they definitely want to get their guys rested for this final stretch.
Yeah, I mean, if they might not start right away with the goalie out, as you said, we'll see, but they will pull the goalie soon. And obviously, they're going to need that extra attacker, and I can't say, obviously, I'm kind of the Hillers guy. You're kind of the Westwood guy, but I can't say enough good things about Sean Joyce and the
he's been terrific. Same thing with Spavento, and both of them. And Pedroli has been outstanding. My goodness, he's been all world tonight. Here's the thing, though, too, to consider, Tom. So with the new MIAA system, goals and differential matter. Right. So sometimes I've seen games, especially when I was coaching, where we were up 2 goals and we've seen the other team decide not to pull a goalie. So you see it more so with 1 goal, but if it's 2, they don't want to lose by 3 because then that looks like it was a different game. The 2 goals. But you see what is behind the coach's style. Competitiveness of wanting to win a game sends the right message when you try to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, for now, Golden Spavento back out there. But once they get that puck into the Westwood zone, we'll see if it stays in.
Yeah. But we'll see what the strategy is. Do they try to tie it up with 5-on-5? I mean, they've been getting the opportunities. Maybe it just took a quick breather. So we will see. And the puck into the neutral zone, whacked right back in by Sullivan. A little touch to off the backboards to himself. Was a nice play there by Moore, but stays in the zone. And picked back off by Pedroli. My goodness. Called his name a bunch tonight. And then tries to go through a couple Wolverine players. A big hit there. that goes out and stays out as the Hillers going to have to tag back up.
Yeah, Pedrolia had some smooth moves, got by a couple defenders, but then he was a little overcrowded there, nowhere to go. Good job by Westwood.
Matt Donovan on the entry with a big hard shot, gloved by Spavento, and that is going to get another whistle.
Well, Westwood keeping that puck in the Hillers zone, and that's exactly what you want to do. Burn that time off the clock. Don't let the Hillers break free.
Yeah, and I got to, both teams been playing, rolling the lines, and, I've noticed the Westwood ones just because I'm more, in tune with it. When they were playing the third line in the third period, such a difference maker where now they got the second line out there with 2 minutes remaining as the first line gets their rest. So it is a battle of attrition.
Right.
And how do you manage your lineup by rolling your squad out there with your depth?
Yeah, this game's still at a very fast pace, but you can tell it's slowed down a little bit over the past couple of minutes. That's to be expected with the heavy amount of intensity that they've been playing at it all game long.
The puck on the near side. Hillers working it into the zone. That comes loose, but then knocked out by Galvin. Galvin off the boards. I think it had a little too much extra on that, but no ice. It's going to be played by Spaventa up the near side. As we're inside a minute 30, 1 minute 22 remaining in the game. Wolverines up 2-0. The Hillers got to get one to chip into this as the time is winding down. Puck advances up, but Dempsey with a good stick sends it off the boards, and that's going to go on net and force Spavento to get a stick on that. And the Wolverines relentless in the last 5 minutes on these neutral zone, and they're going to Spavento is coming off the ice, shot on net and saved by Joyce.
And that was great timing to pull the goalie, get that shot on net, force the face-off to keep it in the Westwood zone, and now you're going to have a 6-on-5.
Yeah. So 6-on-5, and if you're Westwood, you don't really want to call a timeout because you don't want to give them rest. So you got to go with your guys here and trust here, and they do. So here we go, 6-on-5. Less than a minute remaining. Hillers have the possession. The Wolverines get the stick on, and they're able to get it out. Matt Donovan trying to chase after a loose puck, but the Hillers had the edge there as Carter Moore was able to work it out, but Wolverines back on it. Sickler sends it towards the net, and what a diving play by Carter Moore to block that.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And then Matt Donovan was shot, and then another save by, looked like that one was Merkel. Hillers coming the other way, 20 seconds left in the game. Puck forced on the far side as Matt Donovan finishing his check up at the point. Hillers going to work it back down low. 8 seconds remaining. Hillers trying to work it towards the net, sending it there. It gets through and then cleared out by Westwood, and that buzzer is going to do it. Westwood coming away with a TVL large win in the first game of the season over the Hopkinton Hillers. And what a game we had here tonight, Tom. I mean, this is going to be a game where that next game is going to be circled twice on the calendar.
Oh, absolutely. The Hillers, I'm sure, can't wait for that next game. They want to get some revenge.
Yeah.
But hats off to Westwood. I mean, in my eyes, Sean Joyce, player of the game, just that tremendous goaltending. He was all
world tonight.
But this was a game that had a ton of shooting, a ton of breakaways, and a lot of pressure on both sides, but just some unbelievable goaltending and defense.
Absolutely, and the physical play by both sides. I mean, you got to give a shout out to Pedroli, the Resnick, Spavento. Colton Spavento really settled nicely after the first two goals by the Wolverines, and really showed he has certainly got a the potential to be a top goalie in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right up there with
Colton
with Joyce's
Spavento,
play.
he kept the Hillers in this game, and was just tremendous between the pipes. Made a lot of crucial saves, and big tip of the cap to Ronan Siglin as well.
Yes.
He was just all over the ice tonight defensively and staying in front of pretty much everything. And he had a lot of game-saving plays as well to keep the Hillers in the game at the time.
Absolutely. Well, that is going to do it here from the Ice House Wolverines 2-0 winners over the Hopkinton Hillers. Tom, this is a blast. Always is a blast.
It absolutely was. Congratulations, Morgan and Evan. You got the W.
It's been a little bit, so it's you've had a pretty good win streak going against the Wolverines, and Wolverines now back in the winning column.
It has been. I do still have one win streak going. When you come to Hopkinton, that's gone well for you. So we'll see if that momentum continues in my favor.
No, hey, we are excited for the winter, and folks, thank you for tuning in. HCAM and Westwood Media Center. This is a lot of fun. Always fun collaborating. Also, Cam Nappy, thank you for all your help, folks. Stay healthy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon, and happy holidays.